Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here and welcome to the start of our E3 coverage. So, I'm joined with 269 today. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
And we figured we would kick things off with some Titanfall impressions. So, we got to go to EA Play today, went hands-on with Titanfall 2 and also Battlefield 1. We couldn't capture it, so of course the stuff you're seeing in the background is from the trailer. They of course released a campaign trailer and they released a multiplayer trailer, but we got to go hands-on with some campaign. So
We missed some multiplayer. We got to
yes,
go hands-on with some multiplayer.
that's the one. Yeah, we got to go hands-on with multiplayer. We got to play a mode. I can't remember the name of it. It was a new mode though. For Titanfall
Yeah, it was
2,
a
right?
new mode. Essentially, there were Titans that would spawn after a while. You would have to protect these zones, kill like enemy AI players within those zones, and the more enemy AI players or grunts or specters, if you've ever played Titanfall, then the more points you would get for your team. But only within that zone. Then these special megaton Titans would like drop in, and they'll be pretty hard to fight. And if you kill them, you'll get bonus points for your team for destroying them.
They were marked as bounties,
There
right?
was
So yeah,
bounties, and they had like
Titans.
unique names. I think the one that I was fighting was called like Inferno, and he had his own abilities, and it was super aggressive, like to both teams as well. So if it was on the enemy team, there'll just be like this kind of passive, not passive, but like neutral enemy in the middle, just like taking guys out. Pretty dangerous.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, so it was definitely an interesting mode. I think it's one of the things you often find when you go to kind of these sort of demos or that to begin with. It's quite hard to sort of get a proper feel for the game in just like a really quick 5-minute demo, because you'll often find like the first match is typically used to get accustomed to the game and whatnot. And I honestly feel like if you guys played Titanfall before, you know it's all about, you know, if you're a pilot, it's all about movement, fast movement, parkour and everything. And I feel like they probably could have selected the better map to try and demonstrate the parkour side of things. But regardless, it does feel really good. I mean, if you're a Titanfall 1 fan, it's fair to say that Titanfall 2, you know, it's an instant win for you. You know, it's got everything you liked before about Titanfall, plus a load of new things, plus you've got campaign. And speaking of some of the new things, so loadouts, you now have basically like pilot abilities, right? So you've got grappling hook, the ones that we got to try out, grappling hook,
Hologram.
Oh, the hologram one, and also a knife you could throw that's like a pulse knife, right?
Yeah, there's a pulse knife, kind of like if you've played Overwatch recently, like Hanzo's
Oh
arrow.
yeah,
like,
Hanzo's
so
arrow.
you just throw it out and it kind of pulses and shows enemies within the area.
Yeah. Grappling hook, I think, was the one that sort of like that took a little bit getting used to, because my, you know, historic use of grappling hooks.
I don't think we actually got around to using it correctly, because if you look at the trailer, he actually swings left and right using it. I'm thinking that you most probably have to push the stick towards in the direction that you need to go to, not just hold the stick. But from just the initial kind of throwing out, because you just, on the screen the prompt is hold LB and then you use your grappling hook, you would think that you don't have to press anything else. But I'm thinking maybe because it was so slow that there was something that we're missing. And it
maybe
was
it's tied to momentum,
direction or something, or momentum or something.
Because basically, if you just use it outright, you actually get pulled in quite slowly. You know, it might well be there's also a balance for so that people can shoot you out of the air, and so you can obviously cancel and whatnot. But yeah, it definitely didn't like initially behave how I would imagine a grappling hook to. But at the same time, you can use it to do some really cool things. So if there are grunts out there, you can pull them towards you. If there are enemy Titans, I mean the bounty one's a really good one, because if you want to score the bounty, you can grapple onto that Titan, jump on the back and pull the battery out and obviously disable it. And you noticed something really good about batteries as well, didn't you?
Yeah, so the battery, I don't know what I did. So basically, I'm not too sure, because the whole demo was intense and we only got 2 rounds of like 5 minutes, so it was really intense. But I swear I did this right. So in Titanfall 1, you can pull the battery out of a Titan if you rodeo it and jump on the back of it. Put it out after it takes enough damage, and you pull out the battery, jump off of it, and then the enemy Titan will explode.
Yeah.
But what I actually did on this one was I did that, pulled out the battery out of the Titan, I ran off, and then I saw a friendly Titan on the way, and I was like, okay, he's going to help me do something, let me jump onto the back of his. But I didn't know that his Titan was actually being blown up, so what my pilot did by himself was actually plug the battery that I took out from the other Titan into my friendly Titan, and that actually saved it from blowing up, so it would stabilise the core and everything. Pretty insane if
that
you
is
can
really
actually
cool.
do that.
Yeah, because sometimes you can notice as well, like listed around the map, there were sort of these small battery items as well. So I imagine maybe you can pick them up. Maybe once you rodeo one, you can kind of pull it out and destroy it. But I mean, yeah, as we say, you know, we kind of got like some of this is what we've inferred from like the gameplay we played. But speaking of Titans as well, we got to try out 2 new Titans. So of course they've also got these fancy new abilities. I mean, you know, we used them before.
I think the ones that we got to try were Scorch, which was kind of a fire-orientated one. You had like fire bombs that you could put down and ignite, thermite that you can shoot on walls, and like a thermite pound that would create like a firewall in front of him and like destroy everything. And then I think I mostly used Ion, which was like a Titan that could shoot out like massive like laser beams and stuff, and had a precision laser, a massive chest cannon laser, kind of like proton cannon if you have ever played Marvel vs. Capcom, where Iron Man takes down this big cannon. It's like,
oh yeah, kind of works like a Spartan laser as well, right?
Spartan laser type thing.
Yeah.
Just a constant one though, so it's pretty cool.
But no, it's cool to see because they've obviously changed a little bit. Because prior to that, in Titanfall 1, you had relatively limited customization. You basically changed. There were like 3 different types of Titans you could choose from. You can change like the weapons and stuff. But obviously now they also have additional abilities. They also seem to have like a super move which you can use after a while. Like the Scorch one, for example, he would just create a massive wall of flame that would destroy anything in its path. So there's some really like interesting mechanics, and it definitely kind of goes in the right direction, I think, because Titans before were like a really powerful dominant force, but now with their new abilities, they just do, even more so than before. They really can dominate the battlefield. Yeah,
my biggest concern about Titanfall 2 was the depth of gameplay, and it's not something that I could say was remedied in this demo, but they're definitely going in the right way, because in the demo we were restricted to the amount of content that we had. What was missing from Titanfall 1 was like longevity in terms of like weapon selection, progression systems, and stuff that would actually keep you kind of hooked onto the game, akin to what Call of Duty does, where it's got like his prestige system, it's got more unlocks, it's got different attachments that you can put on your weapons and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what they do have in the final game in terms of player customization and unlocks that a player can use throughout for like progression and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think seems like there are a fair few more options. There are a few things that we saw on the TV screen just before we went in. So for some of you guys, if you haven't seen the collector's editions, you can actually customize your Titan visually now as well. There are basically camo or paint jobs that you can throw on there. Of course, guns have obviously got camo as well, and of course you've got the progression through there. So I'm definitely hoping they do have more weapons. So I think the Titanfall 1 roster was pretty slim, wasn't it? It was like 2 in each category or something like that. So it was about 10-12 weapons. So yeah, I think if there's like a lot more than that, it would be good. But I think in short, the take home from it is, from the 5-10 minute demo that we played, it's definitely, if you're a Titanfall fan, you will love it. It's really good, really fun. I think beyond that, I just need to spend some more time with it. I'd really like to see it on a different map. I would honestly like to be able to sort of test out some of those, especially the grappling hook. As I say, I feel the map we played on, it didn't really have too much verticality. It was quite a low map. It was like a village sort of thing. So most of the buildings were 1 story high, 1 or 2 stories high. So it was really hard to try and sort of get some nice long parkour runs and stuff. But I feel like, if we can kind of start changing those with the new abilities, will be really good. But some of the stuff we saw in the trailer as well looks super cool. Obviously, some of those like crazy finishes, grabbing people out of the air and stuff. So I think there's a lot of potential in this, and I am definitely super hyped.
So before we actually start wrapping this up, I'll just talk about visual fidelity, because I know a lot of you guys want to know about how it looks compared to kind of like the trailer and stuff like that. I think it looked actually kind of better than in the trailer. I know Titanfall 1 was kind of pretty rough when it came to anti-aliasing and had loads of jaggies everywhere and stuff like this, but this one looks pretty darn smooth in terms of graphics. The quality of assets and textures definitely upped their game from Titanfall 1 and looks a lot more impressive. So yeah.
Sweet. Alright, cool. Well, there you have it. So for the time being, that was our impressions from the Titanfall 2 multiplayer demo. As and when we can get some more footage for you guys, or get some footage in general, I will of course put it on the channel. But for the time being, this week it was just hands-on. I think they said there was going to be a beta at some point. So yeah, you can sign up for that on the Titanfall website. But aside from that, make sure you keep it locked all week long, because we've got plenty of E3 coverage, so stay tuned for that. But for the time being, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to drop a like if you did, and I will catch you guys next time.